Hello, welcome to a series where I blind test plugins from ads that I see. My name is Adam. I make plugins and produce music professionally. I'll link my 3 music projects in the description. But today we've got Co-Producer by Output, which just came out. I saw this ad. I think it's a plugin that generates you samples within your DAW in the context of the project you're working on. They claim that it analyzes your song. I wonder how aggressively and specific you have to prompt it. I just want to give it a shot. I think their pack generator they used to call Co-Producer, so I wonder if they released Co-Producer as a sample pack generator and then had the bright idea immediately to put it within the DAW, which I think is a great idea. So now this is called Co-Producer and the sample pack generator is called Pack Generator. And maybe I'm completely mistaken there, but I thought that that's what they called it originally when they released the sample pack generator. Yeah, I'm excited. This one looks cool. Let's dive right in. To test this today, I have 3 different use cases. I have 3 different songs or snippets or melodies of different production development. So I have one that's basically just a loop or a preset that I like with no production involved, and I'll be looking for anything to supplement it. The second level of production is the mid-level. I have a lo-fi song that I'm working on for one of my projects, and I'm kind of not sold on the bass line or where to take the song. So it's a good mid-level to see if Co-Producer can inspire or give me new parts for the song. And then the extreme is the most produced song. I have a song which is almost done that I've been producing under Lone Body, and I've bounced a couple versions where I turn off the lead or turn off the drums, and we can see how well Co-Producer can really fit an almost finished track. Okay, so like I said, I have a session here with 3 different either songs or, in the case of the Light production group, presets or just loops that I came up with. They're labeled low, mid, and high in terms of the amount of production that's already been done on them. So in the end, we'll test Co-Producer on a song that's nearly finished to see if it really can fit into a song well. The mid production and the low production, I think we'll probably get some good results. I'm curious what will happen. So let's open the plugin. Quick tips, select a key and set DAW tempo first. Search with only audio or add optional text to guide the results. Interesting, so you can search with audio. I'm guessing you can drag audio in. Try this structure, style, genre, plus instrument, plus function. Example, ambient vocal pad, hip-hop drum breaks. Sure, they're just suggesting to optimize the way that the engine works probably. So in the low production category, I've got a couple different loops. The first one is just a piano loop that I wrote in one of my sample packs. They're in C major or A minor for this one. It's at 80 beats per minute. I guess it should get that from the DAW. So I set my DAW to 80, but I'll play what the loop sounds like first. So this is a piano loop. The idea was maybe it's for a lo-fi song or something chill. So I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know where I'm taking this. So first I would like some lo-fi drums. Style or genre, let's say chill, lo-fi, drum, groove. I don't know, let's see. This might be just too generic. It might be too hip-hop for what we're looking for. Oh, okay, so it gives you a list. While previewing, use the up and down arrows to quickly navigate. Sure. Now if is it synced to the DAW? It is. It's always synced. That's awesome that it's always synced. Oh, so this is not, I'm noticing these icons here. This isn't really generating things. This is just going through Output's catalog of sounds, I guess. I take it that these are from Arcade Lines. Anyway, let's just see what comes up. So now what if I like this? Do I have to do anything or you just drag, I think you drag it. Yeah, can I drag it? Nice. So I'm just gonna take some stuff out that I like and we'll keep doing it that way. I'll mute them as I go, but I wanna keep searching and trying different prompts here. So let's play some more. Okay, I want to try a different prompt. So chill, lo-fi, drum, groove. I want to try to get more specific. Chill, lo-fi, drum, break, I guess acoustic drums. Like I want to try to get real drum, like a real drum break on a drum set, not sampled. What is this? Capture your audio. Oh, so that's how you record the session. Interesting. Okay, first let's try this prompt. So will it specify that I want real drums? Let's see. It does. That's pretty dope. That one's dope. Let's take that. But now this time, now that we've got drums and we've got piano, I want to try to capture the audio. So let's capture and let's do 4 bars. Okay. I guess that's like a prompt now, and I have to still select a key or capture audio and leave blank. So I capture audio. I'm going to leave this blank like it says because we captured the song. So let's see what it thinks would fit well. Huh. That one I kind of hear rhythmically why it would think it fits in because it's like filling in every beat, but tonally and vibe-wise, it's totally off. But that's subjective. I'm not like, to me, it's off. Rhythmic again. That would fit almost anything. So it thinks I need more drums. Interesting. I'm almost wondering, is there a way to... I was going to say, can I check what it recorded to make sure that it caught my drums? And I can, which is cool. You can check what it recorded. So it has my drums. I don't know why it thinks I need more drums. I mean, it could inspire somebody to do double drums, but let's keep shopping here. Okay, so I'm getting the impression that without a prompt, this recording feature is just kind of matching rhythms and pulling loops that are set to the key. So it's not super useful, but let's see if I'm prompting it to, does that override the audio or do they supplement one another? I don't really know. So this is our recording. But now if I say I want lush, let's say lush ambient retro pad synths in C major, find samples. So we got this. That one's kind of cool. Let's try a different prompt in a different genre. So I've got this melody, which I wrote the other day, which I thought was sick. That is also in C major. I'm going to record this in. Okay, let's check that it has it. Nice. Now I want aggressive trap drum groove. I just want drums for now. So let's just see. So it's not really giving me like a full drum set. Let me try aggressive trap drum kit. Full drum kit. Okay. It doesn't know, maybe they don't have full drum. Oh, you know what? They don't have full drum kit loops because these are all arcade packs and they split all their stems onto separate keys. So they probably don't have loops that are... They're not going to have like full loops that have everything. I stand corrected. one's cool. Let's do that. I'm not hearing stuff that like doesn't need much work though. Like a lot of these things need a lot of work. Like they're cool ideas and I have to do a ton of like mixing. This is not at all the aesthetic that I tried to define in that prompt here. So now I'm going to record again off of that. Let's delete this. So we've got our drums now. Now I want fat 808 bass line in C major. This should be easy for it. Those are really quiet and horrible. That's another thing. So there's like a tiny little volume control. Like if I have this on my master, at the end of the chain, it's probably going to be really hard to hear them. Luckily, I don't have much of a mastering chain on right now, but something to consider. Sub. Like this is, so it's giving me loops in C major, but they're not like gonna work always. So it's not really analyzing harmonic data, really. So the fact that they said like you have to enter a key, she even said in the video, like it's very important that you enter a key. That tells me that the analysis is not at all harmonically based. It's just rhythmic. And that actually is what we learned a lot in the early tests, is that it's kind of just matching beats together, which is cool and can be inspiring, but inspiration is not only based on filling every subbeat within a rhythm. It's a very formulaic approach that could sometimes yield results, but I've been searching and there hasn't been a ton of inspiration, but it is able to find what I'm searching for. And it is cool that I can hear it in the DAW, because a lot of these sample-based platforms, they suck at that. Like Splice, Splice Bridge is horrible because it's added work to link them and then it actually downgrades the quality of the sounds. I'm not finding an 808, but so now we'll go to the mid production. I don't know if much is going to change here as things get harder for co-producer, because I think I've already kind of identified how it's working and what the trade-offs are. But so anyway, here are the mid-level production examples. This is a song I'm working on for my project French Wi-Fi, which is like lo-fi bedroom pop type stuff, mostly lo-fi. This is an example of what the song sounds like currently. It's a demo, so it's not mastered. So this is a really real world example here, because in that song, I didn't really love the bass line that I had. I had a sub that I was playing. The notes were not quite right with the chords, but this version is no bass. So this will be the same exact thing, but with no bass line enabled. So we can work off of this version and try to find a new bass line, ideally an acoustic bass line, and we'll capture it. So now I want to find a smooth, buttery acoustic bass line. Something like that is the closest. I mean, I have a really hard time with bass lines in sample loops because a good bass line needs to really interact with the rest of the song. So this is like the closest we're going to get probably. Okay, so now let's try to add one more thing here. We're going to re-record this 4-bar loop. Okay, and now I'm going to type in, let's go for like a lo-fi vocal chop melody, because I want it to be more of a melody. This one's kind of cool. I would actually steal the second half of that because I don't like the way it's fitting in, so. On the 3. And it would need like mixing. That could be cool if I dove in and really warped the beats better and then actually mixed it to be retro and ambient and kind of lush, like super kind of panny. That could be cool in the song because it's not perfect as is. And it actually doesn't really nail the descriptions of what I want. That's cool. I'm glad that came up, even though I don't know why it came up, because it's... That's cool. Yeah, I feel like randomly you'll find like happy accidents, and that's kind of the point of these solutions, is there's some beauty in them not working. Like usually they're not going to work, but like you have to just find a loop that could work.
Gravestone pimping, catch me back
like,
up in that cemetery.
That is not at all what I searched. Like I typed in lo-fi vocal chop melody, and we've got an aggressive funk rapper like talking to me. It's not at all. That's cool too. I'm gonna steal that as well. But yeah, I'm already seeing more success on the mid-produced version. So let's move on. Now for the high production test, I have a song from my Lone Body project called Peel. It's in a state where I'm finalizing the mix and I'm about to send it off for mastering. So I've got a glimpse of the hook here to see the full production, and then I've bounced separate versions, replacing or removing individual stems that we could test on. But so here is what the hook in question sounds like in the final production for reference. So what we've done here is I've got two different versions now. One of them I removed the drums. I think I know how this is going to go already, but we might as well try. So this is the hook 2 with no drums. So my drums were basically a 4 on the floor sort of drum groove. You'll hear a little bit of a kick coming from my 808, my sub in the song. But that's okay because I had that layered under a kick anyway. So let's see if we can find a replacement drum groove. Ugh. I'm really annoyed that if I stop it a little bit early, it loses the whole recording. You have to really let it finish. Okay, let's just say 4 on the floor drum groove. Searching for matches. So that's just a kick. That's also just a kick. Full kit, here we go. Okay. So it's not really a 4 on the floor with the snare, at least. That's the kick is doing it, but got the upbeat snares. I want full kits here. That's a cool kick. Let's steal the kick for now. But like, can I get full drum kits? 4 on the floor, full drum kit. Please, can I have full drums? Nope. That's a full kit. Nice. That one works. So that's probably the best one. In terms of actual use, this one with just the kick I like the most just tonally. Because it's the most complementary to the current mix down. So I could actually see myself diving into the session and maybe laying this kick under my current kick if it makes the mix better. Let's see what the original sounded like. The kick is cutting through enough. I can hear the kick. But it could still be cool. Maybe I'll try that for fun. Because that's kind of cool. It's like a fun variation. And I do like, when I switched over to my song, I immediately felt that my snare was a little bright. Which is actually a few snares and a clap kind of layered. So it cuts nicely. It's maybe a little bright. I actually like the tonality of this snare. But it's not an exact replacement, so I would maybe just reference that tone a little bit when I'm mixing my snare, because my snare definitely has more meat and it's cutting through. But then again, it's going through my drum bus and my processing. This is just a raw sample, so I have to plug it into the session and we'll see what happens there. So that's cool. Let's try a different part of this same demo here. In this version, I actually turned off the vocal chop. The main lead is that vocal chop that you hear come in the pickup. So in this version, I've just disabled that, but the drums are back in. But let's say I wanted another lead. Let's say I didn't have my vocal chop. I didn't put all that work in yet. Let's record this loop again and look for a vocal chop. Let's type in electronic distorted vocal chop lead. That's cool, not for this song though. No. So that's not like a lead. So I want to like specify melody maybe, electronic distorted vocal chop melody. That seems to be a keyword in a lot of these. Because I do want like a lead melody here. That's what I was doing in that main chop. Same. These are mostly the same. It's kind of cool. That was cool. I could use that if I hadn't already written the song. I'm actually, wow. What is the pricing? So like, how do I get just this? So co-producer, you gain access to all the samples for $10 a month. I think the samples are just coming from Arcade. You don't get Arcade, but you get all the samples and co-producer. But then they upsell you to the higher membership, which gives you Arcade. They work well together, the power couple here, co-producer and Arcade, because they're the same sounds, but Arcade allows you to do way more with them. So they're charging $10 a month for just co-producer. And I don't think their sample library is quite as vast as something like Splice. So to me, this seems kind of steep because you don't have any control over the sounds. And it's $10 a month. And they don't really populate exactly what you need based on your search. So that seems steep, but the upsell seems obvious. If I didn't have any output products, I would get everything for $15 a month. I would definitely try that for a month or two and see if I'm using anything else. So concluding thoughts here, I am actually impressed because my assumptions about this thing are totally inverted from what the reality was during my test. I initially assumed that this thing would only help me in songs that were not as produced. So like if I started with just a loop and I had no idea where I wanted to go with it, I thought that would yield the most obvious progress. I thought I would be inspired left and right and just take things and build. That wasn't the case. I had a hard time controlling it aesthetically. So if I found one loop that really took the song in one direction, like let's say the lo-fi drums from the first loop, it took it really into a cool space, but then I couldn't find anything that matched that space. Like I had a harder time with repetitive use of co-producer. I had a harder time reproducing results. The mid-tier and the high-tier production, where the songs were more completed, I started to see more success actually, which I would not have guessed. So in my finished song, when I turned off my vocal chop lead, I could easily find a vocal chop lead that could work. And it wasn't the same as what I wrote, and that's fine. But if I found myself in a stage late game on a song, if I shelved the song for a few weeks to get a fresh mind on it, and I opened it again and I just said, that vocal chop isn't it, let's find another vocal chop, that could really be where co-producer shines. Also in the mid-tier production, where you have 80%, 70% of a demo sculpted out, and you're looking for just something new. Like, what can I do? Like, this song needs a new verse, this song needs a bridge. Find me something, you know, anything. I actually think Co-Producer could have some sort of randomized, like, I'd almost rather just specify genre or style or flavor, like mood or something. Like, just give me something chill and melodic, or distorted and monophonic, or something like that, and have it just spit out random nonsense, because some of the coolest results come out that way. And in Co-Producer, one of the best results I had here was I typed in vocal chop and it gave me actually a plucked guitar that sounded kind of similar. So I think that kind of navigation is actually more important and more valuable in production, in terms of effective production. So I totally get what they're going for. I think this is the start of a new chapter for Output, and I get it with the rebrand and everything, but I'm excited to see where they'll take it, because to me right now, it's not usable. I don't think I would pay for a service like this yet. But if I see their catalog, and I know they've been growing it, but if I see the catalog really take off, or I guess if the analysis and prompting was actually more accurate, that's when I would be like, oh, boom, $10 a month, I'll try it. Or I'll open a subscription only when I need to finish certain songs. That's totally worth it as a producer. That's cheap. That's a cheap solution. So really cool stuff, what they've done. I'm happy that I was surprised about the results, but I do think they could put a lot more work into the analysis, specifically harmonic analysis, fixing a couple quirks. You shouldn't have to record a full loop. If I stop it early, just default to whatever it did record. Maybe it was 2 bars, maybe it was 1 bar. So I don't have to keep re-recording, and continue to grow the catalog. I think it'll be really cool in the future. So yeah, hopefully you like this video. Hit me with a subscribe. I like to do reviews of plugins for fun, and recommend any products that you want to see me review that I might not have heard of yet. Till next time, see you guys.